Hi everyone, it is Miss Wheat, and today we're looking at the ELA packet for week 7, day 2. Week 7, day 2. Also, I hope you're doing okay. Hello. Okay, the work begins. To get started, let's check your work from yesterday. So we were working with the suffixes er, and est, ist, or est, to change the meaning of these words just a little bit. So go ahead and you can pause this screen to check your work. If you got it correct, give it a little check. If you missed it, go ahead and just fix your mistake. For nice, we have nicer and nicest. For loud, we have louder and loudest. Kind, kinder, kindest. Mean, meaner, meanest. Dark, darker, darkest. Cool, cooler, coolest. Tall, taller, tallest. Bright, brighter, brightest. New, newer, newest. And dear, dearer, that's a weird one, and dearest. Definitely pause here if you need a minute to check your answers. I know we just went really fast. I made a big teacher mistake yesterday. I didn't realize that there was a second part to your phonics assignment. So I hope that you went ahead and did it. If you skipped it, go ahead and go back and do it now. It's just filling in some words into sentences, choosing should that word have ER or EST. If you went ahead and did it, way to go. So third grade ready, so independent. We're gonna check it now. Again, if you didn't do that one, no big deal because it's Miss Wheat's fault, but go ahead and do it now. Okay, if you need to do it, pause. If you're ready to check, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna turn the underline word, I'm gonna use that as my base word and then add either the ER or the EST suffix. Again, if you got it right, give yourself a check, and if not, just fix your mistake. Okay, number 1, Aaron feels cold. Maxie is the coldest of everyone. Number 2, the apples are fresh, the oranges are fresher. Number 3, it was cool last night. Tonight is even cooler. 4, her puppy is cute. My puppy is the cutest of all. 5, his room is neat. Her room is neater. 6, the cookies are sweet. The cupcakes are the sweetest of the desserts. They're the most sweet. 7, the pillow is soft. This pillow is softer. 8, Nick's hair is short. Luke's hair is the shortest. 9, Sean is quick. Nikki is quicker. And 10, that freight train is slow. This freight train is the slowest. So go ahead, pause this screen to check, and then we will get started with today's activity. Let's check out your work for today. So for today, it's actually exactly the same as yesterday, so you get to practice that again, and hopefully it's even easier this time. So here you're gonna add ER in the one column and EST in the other, so that we can use these suffixes to show how they compare. So go ahead and do those 10. Remember, if there is an E at the end of the word, you don't have to add a double E, but it doesn't look like you'll run into that on this one. And also, just like yesterday, you are going to use those words to complete these sentences, deciding, am I trying to use ER to show that one is more of something than the other? Or am I trying to show ist that it's the most, that it has the most or more than the most of any other? So for instance, am I saying I am smarter than my brother, which I am, or am I saying I'm the smartest in my whole family? Now, one thing that's a little trickier than yesterday is you're going to pick which word from this list, these are the same words that you were working with in part 1 of this activity, you're going to choose which of these words make sense in the sentence and then which suffix am I going to add to it. So there's kind of a double step, which should be pretty fun. We will check these in the next video, and now let's jump into our RRW. So your activity from yesterday was based in those vocabulary words, and you were making your own vocabulary chart based on the vocabulary chart that they gave you. So I'm going to show you that image one more time, but you also have it in your packet. So so long as your chart looks exactly like the one they gave you, you're all good to go. This is the chart I'm talking about, so you want to make sure that you've got all your pictures in the right spot, all of your words to match the correct picture, and all of the definitions to match the correct word and picture. So pause there if you need to, or check in your packet, but now you should have 2 copies of the exact same chart, one from the packet and one that you put together yourself. For today, we are going to do our first read of some text, and then we're going to answer 2 questions. So we're going to read chunks of 2 different texts. One is about Canada, from Canada the people, and the other one is from Countries of the World, Mexico, which we actually worked with last week. So let's look at those. So there's this one called Faces of Canada that has this cool Eskimo guy on it. That's one of the texts. And then we've got this one, Countries of the World, Mexico, just a little chunk of it that we actually looked at last week. So we're going to look at this section today about people and culture. So those are the 2 texts. So my amazing readers, what we're going to do, you can probably guess what I'm going to say. I really want you to try reading these texts on your own because I think you can do it and I think it will be fun. So I would really love for you to try reading these on your own. I will also post a video of me reading them out loud so that you can read along with me if you're feeling worried that when you read this you don't understand, or too many of the words are tricky, or you just want to kind of double check after you've tried it on your own. So there will be a video that you can follow along with, but I really want you to try reading them on your own first. And then once you've gone through all of the text, which is a fair bit of reading along, whichever way, you've got 2 text-dependent questions. So that means we gotta find that evidence from the text. So your first question says, using details and photographs in the text, what descriptive words can you use to describe people who live in Canada and Mexico? So how could you describe them based on what you've read? The second question is, how are the people of Canada similar to the people of Mexico? Because we're really trying to think like 3rd graders, answer these questions in complete sentences. So for the first one, you could start with, I describe the people of Canada as I describe the people of Mexico as And for the last one, you could, remember we restate the question, so we could say, the people of Canada and Mexico are similar by and then list your reasons. So, my sweet smart toads, there are only 2 questions. I want you to try really hard to make your answers perfect. Use that evidence, think, use your brain, and try to put together some really awesome sentences to answer the question. We will talk about those tomorrow in the next video, but when you're done with those, that's it for ELA for today, and awesome. Okay, keep up the great work, and see you tomorrow. Bye.